are you becoming?
I'm happy, but I'm not content. I'm very passionate about self-development. I'm very passionate about people just becoming a greater version of themselves.
Team, do what we do. This is only the beginning. Let's get it.
Hey, suavecita, hey you, chica. I'm not on that, but I'm gonna keep up.
What is good? Team, do what we do. Another Monday motivation. All I ask is you please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. With that being said, let's get into it. Today's video, I wanted to solely be around the basis of our thoughts then become things, and the things that you think about are on a basis of the environment you are in and the person you are striving to become. The way I started looking at things around 2018 going into 2019 was I had to be like, okay, where am I at currently and where do I want to be? Where do I want to go? And then in doing so, it feels as if that we must put a plan in place in order to get there. And now what I feel like I've learned is that the how doesn't always matter. What really I believe is the primary lesson that we should take from this is that you need to honestly believe in yourself and believe in the effort that you put forth in order to become the person you do see for yourself. I believe sometimes we underestimate our ability as humans. We underestimate our thinking capacity. We underestimate the person that we are becoming on an everyday basis to track the progress that you make every single day, no matter how small it is. I believe that as we continue to invest in ourselves and we continue to take inventory on the things that we're doing, the people that we hang around, and the thoughts we allow ourselves to think about, we are then saying, either showing by our efforts, confining ourselves, or B, elevating ourselves on an everyday matter, no matter how little that growth is. Because in relations to the compound effect, if you are invested into yourself just a little bit, there will be exponential growth over a certain period of time. And the reason I say period of time, because I cannot be the one to put a definite timeline on that. It's one of those things that you will ultimately see over a month, over a week, over a year. You can look back and say, what have I done that has brought me here? You can look back and say, who did I allow myself to be around that either hindered my growth or honestly took me to where I needed to be at that moment? I feel like we need to be conscious about the things that we want to manifest, the things that we think about, and who we are ultimately becoming. And it's not something that happens overnight. I mean, for me, over the last 2 years, I literally have gone to basic training, gone to AIT, went back to Ohio, stayed in Ohio for about 2 months after AIT, moved down to Houston, Texas on behalf of my uncle and aunt, lived there for about, let's say, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Now I live in Alabama. And I say all this to say, I'm honestly in a better place than I was 2 years ago. And honestly, 2 years ago, I knew I wanted to be in a better place. I didn't know exactly what it looked like. Yet, I'm happier now. And I'm happy, but I am not content. I'm grateful, but I'm not satisfied. In the sense that I'm honestly and genuinely happy with where I'm at. It's just that I personally look at the goals that I want to achieve and say, will what I'm doing get me there? Or is what I'm doing keeping me stagnant? Now, of course, me coming to a whole completely different another state is actually helping me, because in motivational speaking, I now have another criteria that I can talk about, solely because I'm currently experiencing it, currently adapting and overcoming, and currently becoming a better version of myself than I was 2 years ago. And I just want to reach out to you and say, we're all in a process. And as I said, it's not something that happens overnight. I believe it's something that happens over multiple nights, something that happens exponentially over a period of time, because it's not that you may see growth in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Yeah, if you were to take, December 2019 and December 2020, can you honestly look back and say, I am not only in a better place, but I've grown? And even if you haven't grown, and even if you're not in a better place, by you even asking yourself that question, you can now look back and say, I'm not where I want to be. But don't beat yourself too much about it. Just hold yourself accountable and hold yourself responsible so that you don't continue to stay in that loop of unsatisfaction. Just you being an unsatisfied individual, knowing that we only have this one life to live. And I know sometimes we're not always able to do the things that we want to do. Yet, do not limit yourself to your current situation that you may be going through. I believe our hardships that we go through are temporary. They suck. They do suck as you're going through it. Yeah, it's always funny how after we overcome that obstacle, we can look back and say, man, that was terrible. Yet you can say, I'm a stronger individual because of what I've experienced due to the hardship that you've gone through. And I say all of what I just said to say this. Our thoughts are very, very powerful. And you as an individual, I believe, should hold yourself to that and know that everything that you say to yourself and everything that you think about does carry some weight, good or bad. And I want you to remember that what you're going through is not the finality of it. It's not over yet. You're just going through these mishaps to then build up your character so that you can look back and say, I am a better person because of what I've gone through. And all that is subjective, meaning it's your opinion. It's your trials, it's your tribulations that contribute to the person you are today. Thank you so much for listening to this video. And if there's anything that I can help you with, please feel free to comment, text me, email me, and I'm here to help. Team, do what we do.